My wedding is supposed to be in 3 months' time, but I decided to cancel it because of what I found out about the man that wants to marry me. Story time, guys. So, this man that wants to marry me, we happen to meet very close to my company. I have a company, but I work in bank. So, at my bank, at the bank where I work, there was this very, very big, like 2-story building opposite the bank where I work. They are selling all these building materials them, and they will have a lot of workers, people that sell in that, people that work in that I would like call it, I don't know, that upstairs. In short, from first, second floor, third floor and down, only building material. If you see the way market was going on that place, then I was like, is it only one person that has this thing? But I found out who owns it one day. So the day I closed from work, I came to one restaurant around that place to eat. So I was eating, and one guy like that came inside and was like, "Can I sit beside you? Or can I sit with you?" And I said no. I said yes. He said okay. He sat down. From there we started discussing, exchanging words and talking, asking what is your name? Do you work here? And he asked me whether I work in this bank, and I said yes. So that day we were discussing. I found out that he normally come around that bank almost every time. He normally come around. And I was like, he told me that he's the one that owned that 2-story building where they sell building material. And I was like, you must be very rich. So you own all of this thing alone? And he said yes. I said okay. Then before you know it, we exchanged a phone number, and we started chatting, calling on phone and the rest of that. Until one day, this is after a year and maybe 2 years, he told me that he wants to marry me, that he have known me very well, and I hope that he hoped that I have also been monitoring him and known that he's genuine. And I told him that I don't really know whether you are genuine, because sometimes some questions that I will ask him, he will just twist it. He will not answer me straightforward. So I never have anything in mind to talk about marriage with him, because that was one. Sometimes if I ask him question, if he doesn't answer me straightforward, I'll just forget about it, because I don't have anything in mind. Of course, I'm not supposed to be the one to propose. He's supposed to be the one to propose to me. So this, the time he asked me to marry him, I was like, you are in a hurry. You need to take it easy. Though time is no longer on my side, I was 36 then, but I was not in a hurry. I told myself that I'm going to get the man. I'm going to get somebody that will love me for who I am, not somebody that will love me, not somebody that I will marry just because I'm feeling that time is against me. No, that is not what I want. So this guy now told me that I should accept now, and I told him that you have to give me time, and he gave me 3 months. I told him that he give me 3 months, and he gave me 3 months. I used that 3 months to pray. So when I was praying, I found out that in my dreams that this guy is not actually genuine as he said he is. So I met with him the other day, and I told him that I don't think you are genuine to me. And he was like, what is it? I asked him, what do you do for a living? He now told me that he's the one that have all these things. And I made the inquiries and found out that he's the one that has that place they are selling building material. He also told me that he have other places they are doing business for him. And I made inquiries and found out that he has it too. I don't know whether he cooked it up. I don't just know. So this our relationship continued. After 3 months, I gave him answer. I accepted to marry him. Then before you know it, small time, if we are chatting or discussing, he will just answer. He answers calls like, actually businessmen do answer call, but his own is too much. This is how this guy answers call, like say and then his calls never ends. He can answer call 1 hour, 2 hours. He will be on a call. And I was like, hey, now wow. If I marry this guy, this is how he will be answering call, and they will not have time to be together. I used to think a lot of things about him, but I never continued to ask questions until after, like 3 months later again, we started planning for our wedding. The time we were planning for wedding, I found out that this guy actually is not genuine, that he's a thief. And I called one guy that was in the same company, in the same bank with me. And this guy knows about how to track people and how to clone people, something like that. And he cloned his line, one of his line. And we found out that he's a thief. And in that bank where I work, the armed robbers normally rob us in that bank almost every time. Whenever big money will enter, this is how we'll just be losing money. They will come and rob us and they'll go free. I don't know how they normally knows that we have big money enter in our bank. So the thing continued. They have robbed us like 3 times since I started working in that bank. So I now told that guy in that of our office, and we monitored him and found out that he's one of those people that you normally come to rob in our bank. And he is oga, he's oga bata of all the robbers. He's the one that get job and send his men to come and rob, but he never come with them. And we continue to monitor him until we find out that they have a how will I call it, somebody that give them information, spies, agent in our bank. The same person that work in our bank normally give them information when money enters, and they will come and rob and give him his own percentage. So, but after that thing, I still kept quiet until one day I came to his house. I was arranging things in his house. He was busy in the sitting room with one guy discussing. He doesn't deal with girls. It's not as if I was suspecting that he's cheating on me or something like that. He was discussing with this guy. I think that guy might be one of them. So I was arranging things in his room, and I found one bag full of bullets. And I was like, Jesus, is this what this guy did? I was not surprised yet. Still, I confronted him and asked him, what if your sister, we were discussing one day, and I asked him this question, what if your sister make mistake and marry an armed robber? She did not know that person is an armed robber. What will you do if she starts complaining? And he was like, that is his own sister's problem now. Is he the one that find the man for her? If he finds the man and think that he wants to marry the man, let her go ahead. It's none of his business. And I was like, I asked him, what if your sister did not know that this guy is actually an armed robber? He said that it's not his business. That it doesn't concern him, that he won't even put mouth for them. That this husband and the wife of a thing is like when you get to the market and buy something you cannot open immediately, but you come back home and open it, what you see is what you get. Hey, and I was like, okay. So 2 months before our wedding, I told him that I'm no longer interested. He was like, what do I mean? What has he done to me? And I was like, you did not do me anything. I don't want to marry again. I found out that you are from state where I told myself that I don't want to get married to. I was like, you're not married to that state, you're married to me. And you are from this state, yes. I don't want to marry again. He said that I must marry him. Now, the thing is that we have gone to my father's house to do introduction. We have gone to his father's house also. I have known them. They know me very well. They know where my parents stay. They know all my brothers. He knows all my brothers and sister. I know him too. But my fear is this. I want to cut that marriage. I don't want to continue with that marriage. If I say that I'm no longer marrying him now, do you think he's going to come after me? I did not tell him that I found out that he's a thief. No, I did not tell him. But I don't want to continue that marriage. And I know that he has found out why I'm saying that I don't want to marry again. Guys, what do you think I should do in this condition? I don't just know what to do as it stands right now. Seriously, I'm somehow confused. Because had it been I knew, I wouldn't have tell him or ask him that question I asked him about his sister. If your sister marry a thief, what will you do? Because he has found out that I know that he's a thief. And he's the big, as in, when I mean thief, he's not just pitchy thief. He's correct one he has money everywhere. He has, hey, please, if you are in my shoe, what will you do? Because now I don't know what to do. Thank you.